We are on air, ladies.
Excellent. Ladies, thank you so much for us coming together today to work on our third portion of our Lead a Team goal. Today we need to, during our meeting, we need to come to a consensus on one of the solutions that we proposed. We need to create a plan, and then create criteria for evaluating the solution. Um, we also need to create, not necessarily on this meeting, but with everybody's input, create a PowerPoint that tells about our solution, the details on how it needs to be implemented, and how we come to a consensus, and then why we chose that solution and the feasibility of it. So did I miss anything that we needed to discuss? I don't think so. Can y'all check
No,
me?
I don't think so, Kathy.
Okay, good deal.
No, I agree. I think you've got everything.
Alrighty, so I guess the first thing we need to do is determine how we're going to come to a consensus. And do y'all have Chase or Marion? Did either one of you look at the document and have a feeling on which one we need to do? Which step?
So I think, if I remember correctly, one of our new options was, or one of our options was the app tool.
Right.
I mean, I put a vote in for that one.
Right. Well, when I'm talking about the, how we come to consensus, do we think we all need to agree on something? Do we need to like say, hey, this is my first choice, and then, vote? So how do you want to?
I think we can go with majority. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
great with that. I'm great with that.
I think majority rules is good. There's 3 of us, so there will be a majority.
That's very true. Okay, sounds great to me. All right, so let me see. I actually pulled up the email. Had the email. Our 3 suggestions were, let's see. Our 3 suggestions are reconfigure the seating, creating an outside access to services, and then to develop an app to help manage the services. So, Mir, you said your vote was for the app.
Correct.
Okay. And Chase, what about you?
So I'm kind of sitting on a fence, if I'm 100% honest. Either the outside access for, a walk up or drive up window, or the app. I kind of like both of those ideas.
I can be swayed.
So I could go for either one of them. Yeah, I could go for either one. I mean, I think the app will cover a ton of things. I think the app, there was talk about it being for, placing the order, the food service. Maybe if you do all of that, you don't need the walk-up window. I just think it would be really cool to have that window so that people aren't sitting inside. But I don't know, Kathy, what do you think? Maybe you'll be the deciding factor for us, because I can go for either one of those.
It's almost, I look at our 3 choices, and I really kind of think that we really need 2 of them. I mean, we really need a choice where it's putting 2 of them together, whether it's outside services and the app, or reconfiguring seating in the app, or reconfiguring seating and outside services. I mean, I don't know that any one of these would actually fix the problem. I can see 2 of them together fixing the problem, but not just one of them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
So, the app, if we were to have, I mean, even reconfiguring seating would work if we had something else with it, not necessarily just one of them. And that's kind of where I'm
So I feel like maybe I feel like maybe what we're saying is, well, first of all, that we have three really good ideas.
yes.
First of all, but second of all, maybe we can look at this and agree if we can determine which one. Maybe there's one that it will encompass all of them in the one solution. So I'm thinking the reconfiguring seating. Maybe there's some type of a seating chart, and I'm calling it a chart for lack of a better word because it's Monday, but something in the app that says you've placed your order, now go sit here, because this is the best place for you to sit. And then maybe the walk up or drive through window, although I would love to see a hole in the wall, a physical hole in the wall, because it would have people outside. Maybe with the app, if they have the ability to place the order and then they have the ability to get it delivered to their table that they've been assigned because we're making them sit where we want them to, maybe we don't need the drive up window.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, while we really have three awesome ideas, I really think that merging two of them into a total solution would cover all of our bases. I think like a drive up would be very, very expensive to implement. But the walk up window, like, y'all had, Chase, you had mentioned, it's a hole in the wall and you need to have access to what you're serving, but it's not all that bad. I just wish we could pick all three. I think, all right. So, Mayor, what do you think?
So I think the more that we try to combine, the more complex that it's going to get in solving for that solution. So I think we really need to figure out which of the three options would solve for the most. We know that not one solution is going to solve for all of their problems, but we need, out of the three, I think, which one we think is the best that will solve the most.
Most. Okay. And that makes perfect sense. So maybe we try to get rid of the one that'll solve the least amount of problem, if we can determine that. My thought on the one that will fix the least is the outside access. Sorry, Chase. Specifically because if, yes, people don't necessarily have to come in, but that doesn't help the people that do have to come in.
True. I can agree to that.
Okay, so we've got two. We've got the reconfigure seating and then the app. So somebody, Chase or Mir, let's talk through those two.
I got this. So I'm looking back at Fred and Carrie's observations, and they do know that there's not enough seating, but they also know that the building is at capacity during key times of the day. So regardless if we rearrange seating or not, the building is still at capacity. So more seats, less seats, no seats, seats in the air isn't going to change that fact.
And that's very true. That is very true.
Like my problem solving there.
Yeah, that was great. Seats in the air.
Okay, so
very good point.
Excellent point. So now we're back to the app, and it's sounds like we all agree that the app will make the issues, will reduce the issues the most out of our three scenarios. So we
I
agree?
agree.
Agree.
Yes.
All right. All right, so we need to create a plan to implement our solution.
Okay. So we need to create a plan. Is that what you said?
Correct. Create a plan to implement
Okay.
the solution.
Well, I mean, I feel like the first thing that we would need to do is get the requirements for everything that we want this app to do. So, we want customers to be able to order. We want, Wi-Fi codes. So get all the requirements together. And then once we have that, then we would need to determine, I mean, are we going to build this app or are we going to pay, someone smarter than us to do that?
Yeah, I would agree. Next steps would be
Yeah.
to, I guess, meet with a consultant to see, how much it would cost us, if that's within budget, if they have any current resources they can utilize. I have friends that have created apps for less than what we're looking for. So it may be
Mhm.
that we need to consider like what all the options are. So maybe first implementation is just mobile ordering. And then next implementation, once they've received those funds and have some additional money, are the notification that your clothes are ready to be switched and moved to drying instead of washing, or the whatever it is.
What about notification that your order's ready so that
Yeah.
you can go sit down and then you can come back to the corner instead of just crowding around the counter?
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like, because well, my brain, I have to make things really simple because too many details confuses me. So we would do like requirements and then engage whoever we would expect to build it, and then we would want them to come back to us with, this is what I can do for you, because maybe our
Different
wish list is
proposals.
too big. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they come back to us and say, okay, here's what we can actually do, and then at that point we would prioritize or finalize or whatever the case may be, and then we would have to test, wouldn't we? Test it
Right.
with customers, like certain customers.
Right.
And then D-Day, roll it out.
So
Launch.
requirements, and then whether it's us or whether it's a firm or an independent contractor, we need a developer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would need to test it. And then once it's tested, then we need our customers to use it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like marketing, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And then I have on this list, mobile ordering, Wi-Fi codes, notification that their clothes are ready or their order is ready. If we had unlimited money and, everything was just absolutely perfect, what else would we want to add to this app?
I think we'll need to, part of the plan is gathering our requirements, making sure the key people are involved. We'll really need to talk to Carrie and Fred to see, what would be on their wish list to include in an app implementation.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what I think would be cool, and this is just coming into my brain right now because I like to have ideas, but something that would be really cool would be to have a way to track, they walk in, they Wi-Fi, how long does it take to place their order, how long does it take to get their order, how long does it take for them to get their laundry done, how long, whatever,
like
and so
Domino's.
we can kind of get into how much time, so we could use it like a
Yeah.
Right. How much time is spent in the business itself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which honestly, we could do that through the Wi-Fi. I mean, it wouldn't be exact, but you would believe that if somebody's there for 2 hours, that, the Wi-Fi code and them signing in would actually do that. You don't need to know that Cathy was there for 2 hours. You need to know
Right.
that this IP or this, cell phone number 245, whatever, was, hooked up to the Wi-Fi for 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, because what I'm thinking is, if we see it's taking, let's say that our expected time to turn around, a food order is, I don't know, 10 minutes. I'm making that up. But if we see that it's taking 15 or 20, then we can look at why is that? Was it the number of people? Is it the time of day? Is it that they all ordered, the most complex whatever? But I guess I'm thinking like beyond the problems that we're solving for now, how can we use this information to solve for any problems in the future?
Right.
Yeah, so there'll be a ton of metadata.
What kind of things could we add on once we've, established the app kind of thing?
Right.
Right. Okay, so we have a consensus on one solution. We've got a plan to implement the solution. How do we know if it's a success? I guess the first thing would be that it's tested successfully.
I think we also have to go back and look at some of their observations. Like one of the things that sticks out to me is the line for ordering. So if the mobile app is successful, we should see a decrease in the number of people waiting in line. That would be an indication of success.
Right.
I think because I'm even just looking at what we wanted the app to do. So it should decrease the foot traffic, like you just said, Mir. Also, additional turnover and more revenue for Drip and Dry. So we would expect to see an increase in revenue.
Yep.
All right. Good deal. Anything else that we need to add to that? The success, how to measure the success.
I'm just rereading through their
I know, that's where I was about to go.
Yeah, I think probably we need to, success would be launching. If we take it down to that simple, success would be actually launching an actual app that works and that can do the things that we wanted to do on top of that, the decrease in foot traffic and the additional revenue.
Right.
I think too, if there's any way for us to indicate or somehow track new customers, it looks like they're able to do that now since they're saying, half of their customer base is new, I believe, from reading this. I think we'd want to see that number also increase.
Okay.
So couldn't we, as part of this app, I'm just thinking like when I travel, specifically to England, every time I get on Wi-Fi, I have to give my email address, right? So I know we don't necessarily need to track by person, but we could track if they're returning or not. If they've already signed in, they would automatically connect. But if it's a new or unidentified email address or whatever the case may be, then I don't know. That's just a thought. Right. I don't know if we want to do it some other way, but.
Well, my thought was that the app's not going to be a success unless we have our customers download it. It's
right.
True.
True.
Call Cathy.
There we go.
If we have this wonderful app that's gonna, we're hoping is gonna fix all of our problems, and our customers don't download it, then our problems are still there. So
yeah.
And we could probably do something like, get $1 off a sandwich or a coffee if you with this code after downloading the app kind of thing.
Yeah, so I think I'm thinking back to what the app can offer, but it can also offer some sort of a rewards program
Right.
in order to do that, and that'll be a selling point for it. But I think what we can do is we can create a metric around the number of users that have downloaded the app
Right.
and have used it. So we should be able to track that data, but we should have a goal to aim for.
Right. So,
True.
yeah, a goal of, we're setting basically the acceptance criteria. So, 70% of our customers have used the app in the first 60 days. Is that?
You said 70?
I did.
I mean, I was thinking like 25. So I guess we split the difference.
That's the question.
Well, then let's split it in half. Let's say 50.
Okay. I was aiming low.
I'll be the
I gotta set those
compromiser.
expectations down there. We don't know if people are going to be receptive to this.
Well, that's true. So I mean,
Yeah.
but at the counter, you know, I'm serving you, and I could say, well, do you have our app? You know, your customer number 273. If you have our app, you can put your customer number in, and it will give you a pop up when your food's ready. You know? And hey, you can get $1 off today if you download the app and you use it, and not only that, but it'll tell you when your food's ready. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can sell it forward when they're ordering, or you can also, with the laundry attendants, they can say, hey, if you've got dryer number 10, you can put that information in your app, and it'll tell you when your dryer is complete. You don't have to sit here and watch it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, agreed.
50% in 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I've got that written down. Alrighty. So I have started our PowerPoint. I know that, we've talked through most of the things that we need to talk to. I do want to show you what I've done so far, and I will add everything we've talked through to it. So let me see if I can do that. Screen share. No, I want. Hey, why not? Okay. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Okay. So I took Chase from the email that we did during your meeting. I took the things that we are currently seeing in Drip and Dry directly from your email. I did add 2 things that faithful customers are concerned about: the atmosphere, and it's not achieving its maximum potential revenue. And then the next slide, I have the root cause. A lack of efficiency in the, I said in the layout, but that doesn't really, let me make sure my keyboard's on, sorry. So the flow of the business, which is causing problems with customer service. And then after the review of the information, our team worked together to create a solution, and we used, and I'm going to put the consensus model we used. We talked through everything and basically came to a consensus with it. So I'll get that off of the documentation we have for the thing. And then basically a proposed solution, what that solution is going to do, and then the feasibility of it, how it will be implemented and evaluated for success. And I'll add those to the other slides. That's as far as I got. I am planning next steps because we've covered basically everything. I am going to take everything that I have written down for today. Let me stop sharing this so I can. Ah, I want to turn that off.
Ooh, I see Miriam twice.
I was going to say, as much as I like looking in a mirror.
I know. Okay.
That's funny.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off. Okay, is that off?
There we go.
Yep, you're back.
Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. All right, so what I'm planning to do is all of the notes that I took from today, I am going to add into those PowerPoint slides that I haven't added anything to yet. And that will be done by tomorrow, the end of the day at the latest. I'm planning to do it today, but you know, sometimes things don't go correctly. If we can, by email, go through and, you know, add, subtract, reword, everything like that, so that we can get to a presentation for Carrie and Fred that is our best work, then we can turn it in.
I'm good with that plan.
I'm great with that.
Awesome.
Yep, that sounds perfect. Worked great for us last time.
It did. It did. It's worked great both times before. Yep. All righty. Then I think that we have covered everything that we need. And thank you, ladies, so much for today.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.